Welcome back to the pregame show on the Sterling College Sports Network. I'm here with head coach John Harding. How's it going, John?
It's going good.
All right, you had Bethany this last Saturday, and
Yep.
you won that in 5 sets. Why don't you go over that game and how the girls played?
We came out strong in the first set, a lot better than we have been. Kind of first set's kind of been troublesome for us in this year, and came out well, and then kind of faded a little, but then came back and took the next set, and I think they played really well. I mean, Bethany was just on fire in that first set. They were blocking all kinds of things, and we just said, hey, keep swinging and keep playing hard, and they're going to get tired, and it's going to work out in the end. And we just kind of kept getting stronger as the match went along, and so that was a big win for us. It pushed us up into 6th place, and hopefully solidified a better seed for the conference tournament here next week.
All right, you have Tabor here tonight at the Gleason Center. Looking over the KCAC statistics, they tend to be in the top half in almost every single team statistic. What's this team going to be like today in the match?
Well, they're strong. They definitely have some good blockers, some good hitters. We worked on some things that we saw in the film from the tendencies that we saw in them from last time we played them, and obviously teams change and grow, and we've gotten a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I really believe we can play with anybody in the conference if we're all on and we're playing our best. Obviously we can get beat by anybody probably too if we don't play well. So we'll see which team shows up tonight, and hopefully being a home game and potentially the last home game of the season, we'll be ready to go and maybe get another upset.
Now Tabor has one of the top hitters in the conference in Tina Frick.
Yep.
A player like that, does it change the way your girls are going to play, or are you just going to attack them like you attack everybody else?
I don't think it changes our offense very much. The only thing it might change is just defensively. We try to sort of see what her tendencies are, and then adjust our defense to hopefully take away what her tendencies are.
All right, and then Sterling coming in today, like you said, you're sitting in 6th place in the conference at 6-9. What should we expect to see from the Warriors in terms of style of play in this match?
Just the usual. I think we're going to be aggressive. I think last time we played them, when we swung hard and got through the block, then that kind of put them in some trouble on their transition offense. We're going to try to serve them tough too. We kind of have some specific locations we're going to try to serve to try to push them out of running their offense the way they'd like to. And if we can do that, then I think we'll be right in the match.
All right, now projecting a little bit to the postseason, like you talked about just a little bit ago. If my calculations are correct, your best possible seed is 4th, and that's 9-9, winning out and getting some help from Southwestern over Tabor, which is unlikely. But also, then your worst possible would be 6-12, and that'd be an 8th seed in the conference. What do you kind of expect to see in these last 3 games in terms of where you're going to finish?
It'd be nice to keep going with what we're doing. We've been winning kind of 2 out of 3 here the last couple weeks, so we've got 3 matches left, and it'd be great to get a win over Tabor or Bethel, and obviously Kansas Wesleyan. We know we can play with them, but we know they can beat us too. So we just go out there and play each match one at a time. And 4th is maybe a bit of a stretch. I think that would take a lot of help. I think probably realistically we're looking at 6th or 7th. I think 8th is a bit of a stretch too, because that would mean that Bethany and or St. Mary's would upset one of the top 3 teams. So I mean that can happen. I believe anybody could beat anybody on a given night for sure, and we've seen that already in the conference at different times. But it's looking like 6th or 7th, and then I have no idea who'd be 3rd, so I don't know which is better for us really. I mean obviously 6th is nice. 7th you get a home match to start off the play-in game next Saturday, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We'd probably be playing Southwestern at home, and so that would be an okay situation. I think we'll be happy with either of those. Obviously, the higher the better in some cases, but it really depends on who ends up 2nd and 3rd that we might match up better with in that quarterfinal round.
Now you've been saying that you're winning about 2 out of 3 right now coming in at the end of the season, which is a lot better than what you guys were doing at the start of the season. Do you see a possible run into maybe the semifinal round of the
I definitely think depending on who we match up with, I think there's a possibility, and we've been talking about that all year, is we want to play our best volleyball in November. So November's coming, that's when the tournament is, and once you get to that, it's just one match at a time, and who knows. I mean, obviously The difficult part is we're going to have to go on the road no matter who it is. So even if it is Ottawa and we know we can play with them, having to drive all the way up there and then play makes it a little more difficult task than playing a home match. So, I think we're going to be loose because we don't have anything to lose. The other teams are the ones that have something to lose, and I think, some of them are probably like, they probably don't want to play Sterling in that quarterfinal round or even in the semifinals, but we'll have to see what happens. I think they restructure at the semifinals, so if we did get an upset in the quarterfinals, we'd probably end up against Friends in the semifinals is the way I think it works.
All right, well, thank you for the interview. We'll let you get back to your preparations. We're going to take a quick time out, and when we come back, we'll continue the pregame show on the Sterling College Sports Network.